I'm Ken, and you're watching Celts Can Cook, the Scottish cooking channel that encourages young men and women to have the confidence and competence they need to conquer the kitchen.
You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are grey. You'll never know, dear, how much I love you. Please don't take my sunshine away. That's how you get the taste of 2020 out your mouth. Happy New Year and happy Hogmanay. I imagine a lot of you have been watching videos today saying things like, oh, 2020 was so terrible. Aye, we all know that. We're tired of it. Let's move on. So today, we're going to be moving on with breakfast. Aye, what a better way to start a new year than by making the first meal. We're going to make some homemade Nutella with some hazelnuts from my friend Chris. Thank you, Chris. Appreciate you. And yeah, we're going to try Alton Brown's pancake recipe. They're buttermilk pancakes. They're fantastic. They're delicious. I love it. You're going to love it. Let's be about it, shall we? Alright, we're going to start by roasting our hazelnuts at 350 degrees in a preheated oven for about 20 minutes. While the hazelnuts are cooking, we're going to start our pancake recipe. Once again, this is Alton Brown's pancake recipe, so thank you, Alton, if you're watching. Put in 2.5 cups of buttermilk. Set that aside, and we're going to separate 2 eggs. The egg white from the egg yolk. It's very simple. Just watch how I'm doing it. I'm just kind of trying to negotiate that egg white into a separate area and leave the yolk in the egg shell. Yeah, just like that. It's really disgusting, but it's a lot of fun. And we're going to mix our egg white and our buttermilk, and then we're going to mix our egg yolk with about 4 tablespoons of melted butter. Aye, just like so. Careful that you don't cook your egg yolk with the butter. You don't want the butter super hot, just kind of melted. Then we're going to put all of our liquids together and give them a nice stir. Very nice. Alright, set that aside for now and get ready to put in our dry ingredients. Now we're going to start with some all-purpose flour. I think it's 2 cups? Yeah, 2 cups. Good on you, kid. And a 1/4 teaspoon, I want to say, of baking soda. And I want to say another 1/4 teaspoon of baking powder. Very important, you want your pancakes to rise just a wee bit. We're also going to add in a wee bit of salt, kosher salt. And some sugar, about a 1/4 cup of sugar. You want your pancakes tasting good. I'm just going to kind of blend them all together, get a rough blend, right? It doesn't take any extra effort. Now we're going to stir in our wet mix into our dry mix, and we're going to stir that for 10 seconds. We want our dry ingredients plenty wet, but we don't want them like annihilated. We still want some of those delicious fibres in there. Now we're going to take an electric skillet. This is the first skillet I ever had. This is 12 years old. Got it when I first moved to Los Angeles. Oh, many a good dish has been cooked on that. We're going to preheat it to 350, and we're going to put a pat of butter in there just to kind of grease things up. Now, in about 20 minutes, our hazelnuts are going to be nice and brown. Now, not burnt. Be careful of that. Once you can start to smell them cooking, they have that nice nutty flavour, they're done. Alright, now we're going to put in, I'm using a 1/2 cup measure to pour in my batter. That's about the size I want my pancakes. And we're going to let those sit until we can start to see those bubbles really come out. Now the first batch, I kind of messed up. So this second batch, much better. Now we're going to take our hazelnuts and we want to get that outer skin off of them. Just kind of rub it between your fingers. Oh, you like that ASMR? Yeah, who doesn't like that noise? We'll put it into a food processor and make a nice powder out of it. Very nice. If you don't have a food processor, just buy some Nutella yourself. It's not really worth it otherwise. That's what you want it to look. It kind of looks like brown sugar. Right? Perfect. And we're going to add that tablespoon of olive oil so that we can get all of that deliciousness kind of bound together like a nice peanut butter. But it's not peanut butter, it's hazelnut. As you can see, it's still pretty grainy. You can't get rid of that. Unless you've got a really expensive blender. I don't. Now we're going to make what's called a double boiler. We want to boil a large pot of water. Well, not really boil, but bring it up to a nice simmer. And we're going to stick a bowl that's just big enough so it's not going to fall into the water. And we're going to melt some chocolate chips in there. I got some generic ones from Kirkland. We're going to add some butter, we're going to add some sugar, and we're going to add some canned milk. We're just going to keep stirring and keep melting that. You want the chocolate under indirect heat because you don't want the chocolate to burn. Burnt chocolate is terrible. But we're going to keep adding milk, little by little, until we get a nice texture. We're not looking for a syrup. Now you want your mixture to feel kind of like a nice Play-Doh by the time you're finished with it. Or a frosting. Yeah, that's a better way to describe it. You want it to be a nice cake frosting sort of affair. I couldn't taste this proper because I had the lasting lingering effects of COVID just messing up my nasal systems. And I still can't taste food proper. I got maybe 50% of my sense of taste back. But I had a friend taste it. Don't worry, I wore a very good N95 mask to protect him. And he said it was fantastic. So follow my recipe and you'll get some delicious Nutella. Now, of course, if we're going to make breakfast, we've got to make bacon, right? So we take 3 big strips of bacon and slowly cook them. And of course, we're going to crack in a couple eggs because, why not? Might as well, eh? I will tell you right now, if you can't taste food like I couldn't, fried eggs are terrible. It's all about the texture, and the texture of a fried egg, not great. You kind of want that flavour too. Now look at that. That's a fantastic breakfast, isn't it? That's a breakfast to ring in 2021 with. And to say to 2020, oh, get up, yes! Put in the comments below something good that happened to you in 2020. For me, I started a new project with some friends from Superversive. You may remember them from the audiobooks I used to do. Well, Superversive collapsed, but the friends we made along the way, that was the real treasure. Anyway, those friends and I, we started something called Pinkerton's Ghosts. It's a radio drama with supernatural mysteries. It's kind of a horror story. Actually, it's pretty heavy on the horror, but there's also a lot of comedy involved. It's a lot of fun. I've enjoyed it. I've got an opportunity to explore some fantasy ideas I've always been wanting to kick around for a while. But yeah, I'll put the link in the description down below. Good luck in 2021. I hope it's so much better than 2020. I'm Ken Dickerson. You're watching Kilt Can Cook, the Scottish cooking channel that encourages young men and women to have the confidence and competence they need to conquer the kitchen. Oh, and I'll be seeing ya